So there are some incredible rivalries in basketball. We've obviously got Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. We've got the new school versus the old school. We've got the hezzy tween skilled guys versus the grit and grind players. Heck, we've got Adam Silver versus Ja Morant. But instead of debating these on the floor today, we are going to be playing AEW Fight Forever, and we're going to be putting all of this to the test. So AEW Fight Forever is an arcade-type wrestling game where you can choose some of your favorite characters, as well as play single-player co-op and play a bunch of different modes, which we're going to be playing right now. If you guys do want to get AEW Fight Forever, a link will be in the description, and thank you to THQ Nordic for sponsoring this video.
And AEW Fight Forever is available on PC, Xbox One, PS4, as well as Xbox Series S and PS5, and the Nintendo Switch, so every major console.
So we got exhibition matches online, we can create our players, we got our Road to Elite story. For this, we're just going to be going through exhibition to get the real grudge matches. So, one-on-one, yeah, one-on-one's the best way to go about it, but what the hell is an exploding barbed wire death match? That sounds fun, and honestly, let's use that for the big one. Let's use that for LeBron James and Michael Jordan. But anyway, now let's get on to it. Starting off with the one you guys all want to see, Ja Morant versus Adam Silver. So Ja Morant is going to be representing the, well, guys the commissioner probably dislikes. So we've got a guy who Davis during a 50-game suspension to bring guns into the locker room, Gilbert Arenas, as well as Dylan Brooks. And if Ja wins, these guys come into the team. And Adam Silver is going to be representing the least controversial superstars of all time, Tim Duncan and Nikola Jokic. And if Adam Silver wins, these two guys are in the team.
So we've got a guy who vaguely resembles Ja Morant versus a tall, skinny, bald, white guy. So obviously Adam Silver. And as you guys can see here, it is a garage match. Ja Morant pissed at Adam Silver for costing him millions and millions of dollars. And Adam Silver pissed at Ja Morant for potentially costing him even more. To start off, it is very close here, with Ja Morant probably having a slight edge, trying to pin Adam Silver, and he's not gonna go down without a fight. And he starts running the ropes and drop kicks Ja Morant. Take that, Ja. That's for pretty much wasting my time during the NBA Finals. But Ja bounces back and he powerbombs Adam Silver here. Okay, staring him down. Ja Morant is taunting, but nope. Adam Silver is going to hit him in the face. But Ja gets right back, knocks him down, and goes for the pin. 1, 2, and 3? He really won on that? Jesus, Adam Silver might be a lot softer than I initially thought.
So after losing out on all those millions of dollars, Ja Morant goes and defeats Adam Silver. And along with him is Gilbert Arenas and Dylan Brooks. Next, we've got the most skilled players versus the grit and grind players. We've got Kyrie Irving for most skilled, as well as Victor Wembanyama, one of the most skilled bigs of all time. And for grit and grind, we've got Ron Artest. And for a big, we got Steven Adams. And the person who's going to be representing the most skills is going to be one of the most skilled wrestlers of all time. The best technical wrestler on the AEW roster, we have got Bryan Danielson. When it comes to grit and grind, there's not many tougher people in modern wrestling than Jon Moxley. The winner of this match gets their guys into the team.
So we have got Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley right here. Two of the biggest names. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm really hoping that Bryan Danielson wins. And he gets him off the top rope twice. Jesus, Jon Moxley is struggling right here. But at the end of the day, this is Jon Moxley. They go outside where there is countouts, but Jon Moxley is the one holding the title. So Bryan Danielson cannot afford to win by count out here. Danielson kicks him onto the ground. This is complete and utter domination. However, Moxley does have that grit and grind in him. He is a very tough man. So there's no reason for him not to be able to fight back a little bit. But no, Danielson gets to the top rope. He goes and he misses. He misses completely, but Moxley is just struggling. He can't get down. Bryan goes up to the top rope and he goes and hits this time. 1. Jeez, the ref's waiting a while. 2 and 3. So ends up with Bryan Danielson getting the win. So Team Hezzy Tween Ultra Skill players go and get the W.
So going with pure skill from one of the greatest technical wrestlers ever, we gotta go pure skill, one of the most skilled basketball players ever. Kyrie Irving, you're in the team. And when we're going with bigs, while we had grit with Jon Moxley, we've got skill with maybe the most skill big we've ever seen in Victor Wembanyama. Next, we've got old school versus the new school, where we've got David Robinson and Shaquille O'Neal, who were two of the greatest bigs of all time in an era of bigs, as well as Oscar Robertson, the original Mr. Triple-Double on Team Old School, versus new school of Porzingis, a modern big, and Chet Holmgren, who might be one of the most modern and most skilled bigs of all time, as well as Luka Doncic, who is probably a modern version of what Oscar Robertson was back in the 60s and 70s. And Chris Jericho is going to be representing Team Old School. Le Champion has been a wrestler for over 30 years and is one of the greatest of all time. And with new school, we got MJF, probably the best young wrestler in the entire world, the AEW champion, and one of the faces of AEW.
So it is Le Champion versus MJF right here. One of the all-time greatest versus one of the guys who will be highly likely to be one of the all-time greatest in MJF. So to start it off, it is back and forth. But MJF clearly taunting Le Champion, clearly taunting Chris Jericho, and getting the better of the opening exchanges. It is the young guy who is dominating early and continuing to taunt Jericho, hitting him in the face a few times and getting Jericho out of the ring. This is a struggle, but Jericho ends up reversing there, and well, this is a basketball game, decides to dribble MJF's head off the floor like it's a basketball. Jericho then starts to get control of this match. The old guy going to the top rope and he hits. I didn't think Jericho had that much athleticism in 2023, but you know what? In AEW Fight Forever, you can turn back the clocks and use Prime Jericho. He then gets MJF into the walls. Is he gonna tap? Is he going to tap to the walls of Jericho? He is not. I don't know how he managed to reverse that, but he did. Jericho then with a couple of punches to the face. Oh. There's no way MJF is surviving that, right? There's absolutely no way MJF is surviving that. Yeah. That's a 3 count. And winning for Team Old School is going to be Chris Jericho. The guy's honestly been a wrestler since the era of Shaq and D-Rob.
So Jericho getting it done for the old crew, where Oscar Robertson, the original guy to average a triple-double for a season, is coming in. As well as that, we've got what may have been a modern big for his time anyway, but for today's NBA, he would have been an old school big. We got David Robinson back in an era where bigs were bigs. And then obviously the most dominant force, a guy that we'll never see nowadays, because, well, people just aren't built like him. People just aren't built like Shaq. We're never going to see another Shaq. Shaq getting the squad. And the second to last matchup is going to be more so a matchup of rivalry as far as wrestling goes than basketball. We have got a rematch of an old rivalry from the late 2000s in Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk. Jeff Hardy's going to be representing the High Flyers, David Thompson and Vince Carter, whereas CM Punk is going to be representing the people from Chicago. CM Punk, famously from Chicago, is going to be representing Derrick Rose and Anthony Davis.
And while this is most definitely not a basketball rivalry, come on. This is AEW Fight Forever. Are we really going to go through one of these videos and not be able to use Jeff Hardy and CM Punk just because I couldn't figure out a way to put him into the video? Hell no. Hell no. We're going to get to watch Jeff Hardy, the High Flyer. The man who was, well, again, a guy in the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression. Heck, even in the modern era WWE. I'm 26 years old, he was everyone's favorite wrestler. And then we've got Mr. Pipe Bomb himself, CM Punk, the best in the world. Definitely not the best in the world at MMA. My God, was that man terrible at that. But he might be the best wrestler in the world. So we have got these guys battling back and forth. Jeff Hardy obviously getting the better of the opening exchanges. But Punk just has him. Oh! Yeah. Jeff Hardy getting very lucky there with a rope break. That one was almost over. Oh, he does the Steph Curry go to sleep emote right there. But I just call it an emote in real life. And oh, Jeff Hardy will be very lucky to be standing after that. Punk drags Jeff Hardy into the middle of the ring. And that is 1, 2, and 3. That is a win there for CM Punk. and a win for the city of Chicago.
So CM Punk has got Derrick Rose, the Chicago native, as well as Anthony Davis into the squad. And last up is the greatest social media rivalry in basketball. I'm not going to say greatest rivalry because that's probably Magic and Bird. Well, that's almost certainly Magic and Bird. But we have got LeBron versus Jordan. And they are going to be competing in a barbed wire death match. Winner gets to bring their big three with them.
So the barbed wire death match here between LeBron and MJ. Do either of them look like themselves? Hell no, but you know what? It'll do. It'll do. The creator isn't... Well, it's kind of hard to get a little bit detailed with the creator, but at the end of the day, we can still have fun. As LeBron and MJ they both just explode. To be fair, it is an exploding barbed wire death match, and to be fair, the barbed wire did explode. So LeBron tries to pin Michael Jordan, who is not going down. The guy is not going to lose the GOAT debate that easily. And Jordan goes and takes advantage there. Honestly, he's on top right now, sending LeBron into the barbed wire, but LeBron sends Jordan right into it. This is a battle of who's going to go into the barbed wire the most times. And a 2 count for Michael Jordan, almost pinning LeBron James and then sending him immediately into the barbed wire, with LeBron barely able to stand. The ring is not looking great right now, but LeBron somehow kicks out. Both of these guys are not giving up. Neither of them want to give up the mantle as the greatest of all time, albeit a barbed wire death match. You know what? A random barbed wire death match is probably as much use for deciding the GOAT as 2 people online debating each of their sides and just slandering the other one. So either way, LeBron ends up getting the pinfall and winning the AEW GOAT debate, I guess.
So LeBron James is coming into the team with that win in the GOAT off versus Jordan. And he's going to be taking Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh with him. So anyway, that is the video, lads. Link on screen right around here if you guys want to see the gameplay. If you click here, you'll be able to see the gameplay of this game. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.